Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the ACHA Division II National Championships live here from Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. This matchup, the University of Miami taking on Boston University. Each team 1-1 in group play. As we got the starting lineups coming first. Ryan Mack starting in goal for Miami. While we got the starting lineups, let's get the coaches' interviews out real quickly for both Miami and Boston.
You guys had a big win yesterday over Lindenwood Belleville. What do you guys do to feed off of that and look forward here to Boston?
We just got to take what we did yesterday and the positives and move forward with that into this game. We can't really worry about what happened yesterday. It's now in the past, and we got to make sure we look forward to this Boston University game. It's not going to be an easy game by any means. They're a tough team. They come hard. They come fast. They're a real blue-collar, hard-working team. So there's no reason for us to even think about tomorrow. We got to get past these guys first.
What's your message going up against a team like Boston, who also is coming off a big upset win over Utah?
Every minute, every part of this game is huge. We can't take any time off. It's got to be a full 60-minute game from start to finish. Everybody's got to be going hard. Everybody's got to play their role. There's nothing that we should do to try to look past these guys because at this point, everybody in our pool is 1-1. So everybody's back on an even playing field, and they won yesterday the same way that we did, and got to keep going forward and can't look past these guys. That's the main thing, is we can't start to look toward the semifinals when we got to get through these guys first.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck today.
All right, thank you very much.
I'm here with Boston head coach Greg Carr. And, Coach, you guys are coming off a big win over Utah yesterday. What's the message coming in today?
We put ourselves in a position to move on here, and being our first time here, guys didn't know what to expect. So for us, it's leave it out on the ice. Friday we played a little nervous, and I think we brought it yesterday. And, we win and we can go on. So guys basically going to say leave it all out there for today.
You guys, you said yourself this is your first time coming to nationals. Is this a kind of a surprise to be in this position on day 3, or did you guys have it in your heads that you knew you were going to be here?
I mean, for us the whole year, our goal is to get here and not knowing what to expect. I think as a team, guys might be surprised. As a coach, I'm not. When we do play as a team, we can compete with anybody. The fact that we are able to compete on the last day here is a testament to how these guys can come together as a team. So for me as a coach, it's not a surprise. I believe in these guys, and I think they can be successful as long as they believe in each other and play today the way I know they can. Then we can give ourselves a chance.
What's the message here on day 3 going up against a tough Miami Redhawks squad?
About us, I always tell our guys, no matter who we play, we have to play our game, play the way we play, and good things will happen. So I just want our guys to concentrate on what we do well and how we play, and hopefully things will take care of themselves.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
There's the comments from the coaches as we get set here, Miami and Boston. Andrew Shapiro is going to be, well, as we like to say, between the glass on the other side from me here. Andrew, your thoughts coming into this one?
This is going to be a lot of fun for both of these teams. Like Coach Carr said, we got all 4 teams in Pool D are 1-1. Boston's coming off a huge win over Utah. Miami's coming off possibly the win of the tournament, knocking out Lindenwood Belleville 2-0 yesterday. So it's going to be a great game to watch. I'm watching physical play from Miami. I'm watching Boston's forwards try to get the puck in deep. And I'm watching the goaltenders, Ryan Mack for the Terriers, Taylor Lay for the Redhawks. Let's have some fun, Brett.
We will. Boston in the red jerseys, trimmed in white, going from left to right. Miami in the white jerseys, trimmed in red. They're going right to left. And we are underway here. Rink 1, Iceline, Westchester, Pennsylvania. Glad you can join us here on YouTube, presented by the University of Utah and the ACHA. This goes all the way down, no icing on it. The Miami starters, the Boston starters, they try to get out of the zone. Ken Mackin is number 2. He's up front with Nick Lupo, number 41, and Riley Marotta, number 49, I should say. Back at the points, it's Ryan O'Leary, number 14, and John Fassel, number 21, I should say. Miami with the puck now. They started Andrew Dower, number 9, along with Mark Azarian, number 15, and Tim Spicola, number 17. The defenseman, as this is sent up and out, the defenseman starting Jimmy Berger is number 28, and a shot goes up and over. And the other defenseman is Chad Lehigh, number 16. We'll give you goalie numbers in a moment. This one is cut off in the middle, and BU will come out to center. Neutral zone and a dump in. That by the number 20. Now it's wound up the other way.
Number 20 for Boston is Nick Shalkowski, by the way.
All right, thank you very much. We were talking about that yesterday.
He's listed as number 5 in the program, but he's wearing 20.
Jacob Shalkowski is number 20 here today. We got that corrected. Miami in their own end. A little chip to center. Back on it for Boston is Scott Woods, number 22. Neutral zone here. Early stages of this contest, no score. And now Boston retreats again. A lot of this, of course, this and the next game in this group, massive implications abound because each team in this group needs to win and get some help. There's no two ways around it. Everybody's 1-1 in Pool D. And a long stretch pass is deflected into the zone. Going in after this one is Robert Norton, number 14. His pass across is intercepted and back out to center. The regroup and the gather by Wesley Gunther, number 8. Into the zone, but not for long. Boston clears back out to center. The prevailing thought about the Terriers, if you let them hang around in the game, they're going to hurt you. That's what happened against Utah yesterday. Could not put BU away. Boston just sticks around, and takes advantage of those opportunities. Neutral zone and a dump in. Line change, partial one, and then now the forecheck being set up by the Red Hawks. Out to center. Miami. That's as far as they're going to. Boston's going to get. Miami's got the puck now. On the recoil, it's Connor Dunham, number 6. Dunham's pass intercepted, bounced around a little bit, and then this is offside the line. Our referees, DJ Hagan and Kevin Vina, the linesmen, are Isaac Kessler and Jason Theodore. Want to also remind you, stay tuned between at the first intermission. Andrew Shapiro is going to get back down around this area to have a discussion with Mike Wally, the executive director of the ACHA. We'll interview him and get his thoughts on the tournament. That's at the first intermission. We'll stop that for a second. It's 16:40. We'll let the clock catch up. This is a puck battle along the wall. The referees are still trying to get them to move it. They're still scrapping away, and a couple players go down. Finally, Boston comes away with it. Crunching hit put on, and Miami's got the puck. A centering pass out in front, deflected just wide. Ryan Mack, the starting goalie for BU. He came out in relief against Lindenwood Belleville. Gave up 3 goals on 8 shots in that game, and then got the win, allowing 2 goals yesterday against Utah.
Yeah, but Brett, we saw him play against Belleville, and he actually looked pretty good, even if it was in the back end of a kind of blowout there.
Long shot, just shrugged off. That by Terrell Lee, who's 1-1 in this tournament, a 1.50 goals against average, a save percentage of .957.
But his big win, a shutout yesterday, a 2-0 victory over the Lindenwood Belleville Lynx.
And Lindenwood Belleville, some considered them the odds-on favorite to win this tournament, got shut out yesterday. That was the big result that sent this whole group into where we're at today. Long pass, a bit too far. The race is on. It's going to be the icing's going to be negated, and then a hit put on. And now behind the net. Boston looks to come out with this one. Glad you can join us here on YouTube. As this one sent into the zone, the ACHA Division II National Championships here from Westchester. Centering pass goes all the way through. Picked up by Messick. He's going to try to dump it down low. Puck knocked around a little bit. Finally gathered. Trying to get it out is Joey Parizek, number 10, does the center. Quickly back in. Here's Mackin. Ken Mackin tried to step through, and he got knocked off his stick. So now Miami on the regather. Zach Fornicari sends in number 3, and that's going to be whistled down. And we get a stoppage. 14:43 to go in the first. No score.
You can see the energy level on both these teams is extremely high. They both know what's at stake here, and they're just trying to lay it all on the line because, one mistake could be the difference in this game, the way these two teams have played. And I don't know about you, but I'm really enjoying the first 5:17 of this game because of just the back and forth action.
And it's, again, major implications. This game, there is some rooting interest. Every team needs a win and some help. One or two teams after this game will be eliminated in this group, even though one of them doesn't play until 3:15. A long pass and stand up there at the blue line, retreating for this one and turning with Esposito. Lucas Esposito helps out along the wall, tries to send in, but now the gather. And the skate out by Matt Welch, number 27. A cross-ice dump in, goes into the corner, chasing after it. Dan Sutterman, number 19 for, check that. That wasn't 19, that was a 15. That was the 19 of Chad Olson in there for Miami. And he's offside as ahead of the play. Mark Kazarian didn't see him trying to retrieve a stick. 13:51 to go in the first, no score.
The energy level on both these benches is still extremely high. You could hear during the starting lineups, Boston was up on their feet, banging the boards when all their guys were announced. Miami also as well, very energized. Both teams.
Lindenwood fans are cheering for Boston in this game. Utah fans are cheering for Miami. That's because Lindenwood defeated Boston in the first day, and Utah defeated Miami. Now, that was a 4-2 score. The Lindenwood score over Boston was 9-3. If Miami wins, Lindenwood-Belleville is eliminated, as is Boston. If Boston wins, Utah is eliminated along with Miami. The implications are rather simple in this group, unlike another one going on, and that would be Pool A. But those are other implications we can get to later,
And
with another group, as this one goes out of play. 13 minutes to go in the first.
let's not get started about what happens if, God forbid, there's some kind of tie in place.
If there's a three-way tie in Pool A, it comes down to goals against, possibly goal differentials. But Grand Valley State's got themselves a very good chance of advancing.
I'm talking about in this pool right here.
Well, in this pool, if all four teams tie, Miami advances based on goals allowed. That would be the third tiebreaker, or the first, since everybody else will have identical records, and because of a four-way tie, identical records against each other. Thankfully, this pool is pretty simple to figure out. Shot from the point, pants it, rebound just goes wide. Two opportunities there, another shot save and another rebound, it's knocked away. And now Boston applying some pressure early. Puck behind the net, dangerously out in front, but finally Miami comes away with it. It's Michael Rispoli, center ice, that's as far as that gets. And now the Terriers regather. Minarzik, number 16, on the dump in, and that's as far as that gets. Center ice, and now B right back again. A bouncing puck, though, is going to be gathered, and Norton goes the other way. To give on off to Parizek. In front break, mini break, and a save made by Mack. Good save down low on the mini break by Chad Olson. Now a puck battle behind, and this crowd is into it as well. Equal supporters on both sides. The long skate coming back for it in the other direction is Connor Dunham, number 6. He ties up in the corner. Mackin comes in to help out. The puck squirts free behind the net. On the gather now is Nick Lupo. Lupo, high slot. That shot is off to the corner. Murata's now with it. He's wedged out of play, but continues on with the puck. A centering pass. Mackin fans on the shot. Turnaround by Lupo goes wide. Boston again putting some pressure on here with 11-12 and counting to go, first period. This one does get to the neutral zone, and now here comes Miami the other way. It's Welsh. He just dumps in. Line change on for a tired group of Redhawks. And now we got ourselves a penalty behind the play. Tripping is the call. And Miami to the power play. As into the box goes Timmer Hannon, number 15. So at the 9:03 mark, first power play goes to Miami. They're 1 for 8 in this tournament, 12.5%. They'll set it up at the point here. With it, Lehigh. Snaps one through, save made. Mack, rebound sits loose, and eventually squirts out to the point. And so Miami sets up the perimeter again. Jimmy Berger right now high in this, and it's almost a diamond. Berger with a drive that never gets through. Rebound loose, and it eventually goes flying out of play, and we get a whistle.
Boston, sorry, go ahead.
10:34 to go here in the first.
Sorry about that. Brett, Boston on the other side is killing them off at a 66.7% rate. They've killed off 4 out of 6 in this tournament.
Face off to the right of goaltender Ryan Mack. Off the draw. This is gathered and sent behind, and now a tie up in the corner. Trying to dig it free is Dylan Schuyler, number 7. Eventually works its way to the point. Shot is save made. Rebounds cleared all the way down. And so Miami will set this one up in their own end with 1:13 on the man advantage. The skate up the left side by Berger. And across the Terrier line. A centering pass is blocked off. Now around the wall it goes. Picking it up is Perizek. Sets it up behind, eventually to the point. Lehigh gives it back, and now it's all sorts of catches. Lehigh. He has it left point. Comes down low into the left corner for Azarian. That's cut off. Behind the net, Azarian centering pass missed the mark, and it'll come out to the neutral zone. 9.5 in the first period, as we'll catch our scoreboard clock up on the graphics in just a second or two, or at least at next whistle. 25 in the power play as Miami setting it up again in the Boston zone. A shot save made. Rebound is loose. It was deflected, and Matt kept the leg out on that. Final 12 of the power play. Retreating for this one is Gunther. Takes a look, tries the right side. Skating ahead with this one. The jersey flapping in the wind. That's created is Picola. He's wedged out. Power play over. Miami 0 for 1. Rista from the point, save Mack, rebound is loose, and eventually gathered by Boston's Matos and sends it out. And now a nice move and a 2-on-1 for BU. A shot, and it goes wide. And then losing an edge with a stick in his skates. One of the BU players looked like it was Feinberg, number 4. Now onside here, it's Welsh. Welsh steps in, but a good defensive play made. That by O'Lear. However, puck still in the zone. Trying to step around and doing so, Olsen. Chad Olsen still with the spin pass and a nice one. But equally good is Mack as he covers this one up. Dangerous play from Miami, but Mack was ready for the Welsh shot. 8:17 to go in the first. No score here. Miami and Boston University. And this, of course, is the ACHA Division II National Championship, live from Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We'd like to thank Gong Show Hockey, Warrior, and Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape provider of the American Collegiate Hockey Association. Also like to thank Westchester Visitors Bureau, Iceline Quad Rinks, App Hammer, and of course our broadcast partner, Utah Hockey, for this one. Program reminder at the intermission, Mike Wally, the executive director of the American Collegiate Hockey Association, will join us, or will join Andrew, probably somewhere out near the glass for an interview. Shapiro, your thoughts?
I am amazed by the speed and the puck movement by both of these teams. You saw Feinberg make that nifty move to get that 2-on-1 opportunity for Boston, and then coming back the other way, you saw Lehigh make a nifty move with the puck. I'm really surprised and just wowed by the hands that some of these guys possess.
Norton and Schuyler to take the draw, Miami and Boston respectively. Schuyler wins it, doesn't get it out. The puck doesn't clear the zone though. Second effort does get it out to center. I was about to ask you too, Andrew, the speed and pace of the game down where you are. You're closer to the action than I am here today.
Well, it's a very high tempo pace. Both teams are putting a lot of speed out on the ice. They're both playing physical hockey, like that check there, and it's really like two teams are playing for their lives because they know what's at stake.
Neutral zone, Miami in control. Not for long, no. That's stripped off, and we got a penalty behind the play. And it looks like we got a hook call coming up here as we wind our clock down with 7:43 to go, first period. Oh, check it. It's a rough. And now Boston on the power play. Boston 1 for 7 in this tournament, 14.3%. That's 11 out of the 16 teams. Miami has killed off 5 out of 6. That's 83.3%. That's 5th in the tournament as this gets sent all the way down. Back for it now is Faso. John Faso with it. He'll try the right side. Connects with Murata. Try to put one across, instead cut off, so Faso's back with it again. 4 Terriers across line and 3. Now Murata's in the zone. Zonal presence established. Now let's see if the Terriers can set it up. Miami, try not to allow that to happen, and Schultz is going to send all the way down. A shorthanded attempt. Move it, big hit put on, and a shot save made by Mack on the follow-up. Now here comes BU the other way. Lupo's onside. Dangerous play there by Schultz a moment ago, following up shorthanded. Lupo goes around the net. Still got a minute 8 of power play time to the Terriers. In a scoreless game. Faso gives on off right wing circle Murata. Back to Faso again. He'll take a look, Murata. Snaps one, save made, rebound loose, Mackin still jabs away at it, and then finally going to be put in. Nope, still loose, and then finally covered up as the referee was going to tell them to play the puck, but some danger in the area. 6:33 to go, 50 seconds on the power play, no score.
This power play for Boston looks like it's a little bit kind of off the mark a little bit. They can't seem to string their passes together. Meanwhile, this penalty kill of Miami is looking for any opportunity they can to get a break.
To the point, Woods goes across Strakowski. Another shot by Strakowski is knocked aside. And they still jab away at it. Strakowski trying to get it along the right wing boards. Still he digs along and to win possession of a puck, and finally it works its way around the wall, far side. Miami's been a little bit aggressive on this PK. Bouncing puck to the point. Strakowski now with it. Takes a look. Woods, a one-timer. It's deflected, and then we get a whistle.
Crease violation on Boston, and so our referee is going to take it outside. It looked like that shot actually hit a friendly face of Lucas Esposito, but that's because he was in the crease, and so the faceoff will come out to the center ice area.
5:53, first period, and it's been good excitement, and the crowd's been into it the entire way.
That's the Boston fans to your left, my right, just making a lot of noise, banging on the metal bleachers that we have here in Rink 1.
And Miami's got a lot of fans here, too. Both sides well represented here this afternoon.
It's a fairly local drive for both of these teams.
Well, we say fairly in about 6 hours, or maybe a little bit more for Miami of Ohio.
Compared to teams like Arizona State, Utah, and Utah State that are flying out here from the West Coast.
That's a point well taken. Dumped into the zone. Power play is over. Both sides are 0 for 1 with the man advantage. And so now, setting it up is Mike Frenzel, number 3. This one sent into the Boston zone. Why the net? They got to find out why they're not keeping shots on goal on the scoreboard.
I will ask that question when I go down to get the shots on goal at the end of the first period.
Well, thank you very much, sir. In the meantime, BU out to center, Mizarzik. Center ice and a dump in, and BU will set the forecheck up. Spinning with this one, Rispoli. Gives on the left side. Skating ahead with this one is Ethan Whitney, number 13. He's crunched off hard by Faso. And you hear the reaction from the crowd. Puck works its way around and then out of play. 4:39, first period, in a scoreless contest between Miami and Boston.
John Faso for the Terriers is hitting anything that moves. He's really establishing his presence out there on the ice. And Miami can play a physical game. We've seen it against Utah. We saw it yesterday against Belleville. So their physical game is going to have to step up because Boston's come to play today as well.
We'll switch up men in the face-off circle. Off the tie-up. Boston will come away with it. Trying to spring Tyler Trudish, number 96. That didn't work, and now Miami back in the zone. Vanderlinden. Check that. That's a 13 on the other side. It's Whitney. Whitney couldn't control that. Loose, and then the send around. Battle in the corner. Now stepping out, a little backhand shot that's guided aside. That off the stick of Parizek. From the point of drive, that's deflected wide. Rebound gathered by Lehigh. Lehigh steps around. He tries it. Made the rebound, goes across. His shot blocked off into the corner. Front, good defensive play, and now a puck into the neutral zone and back into the Miami end. To update you on the time, there's actually 3:38 to go, first period. Retreating on this, trying to skate out Lehigh. Left wing side will Miami go, and a dump into the zone by Norton. Boston trying to get it out, Lupo to center. Steps around one and across the line. Wrist shot pad save, and a nice one made by Taylor Lee. Rebound goes around the nets. Gathering this one is Durham. Check out Dunham. Loose. Murata tried to control, couldn't do so. Lupo as well. And then Dunham's going to backhand it around the wall. Picking it up on the other side, Chad Olson. Nice cross-ice pass to find Matthew Walsh. Turnover there. Now turn right back over and move into the zone, but not able to get a shot off with Olsen. Centering out in front. Matt cuts that off. And now here's Lupo the other way. 2:37 as we still try to catch everything up here. First period. Ahead with this one on the skate in, Strelkowski. Miami to set things up in their own end here. Scoreless game. Two teams in this group will be eliminated with this game. None will clinch, though. Still have to wait to see what happens between Lindenwood Belleville and Utah later today. With it, Parkinson. And sent back. Pass into the neutral zone, cut off. Here's Esposito, who stood up. Parkinson trying to get onto the end of this again. Instead, that's turned over and back down. In a foot race, winning it is Rispoli. He gets bumped off behind the play because we have 1:45 to go in the period. Centering pass out high, slot, a shot that goes wide. Spicola was coming down the middle. From the point, a dump back in by Frenzel. Bouncing puck comes out to the neutral zone. Parkinson knocked off his stick, and the regather by Miami. Oh, touch pass, and it's a 2-on-1. And shooting and missing wide was Dower. And now nearly a stretch pass is cut off and sent back in. That by Spicola. Boston quickly the other way. They'll gain the red and dump in a full change on for Boston University. As we're coming up on the final minute. We've had nonstop action for the last 5 minutes practically. Loose puck into the neutral zone and then gathered here by Miami. The spin around Lehigh. Second effort. That doesn't clear the zone either. Dump back behind with 47 to go in the period. Around the wall and out to center. Faso retreats with this one. Still with it. Takes a look, then flips it up. Good forecheck put on by Miami. And then nearly a turnover. Now it is, and Boston in his zone. It's Matos. A centering pass goes all the way through. 24 in the period. Center ice. Matos reaching for this one and keeps it in the zone. Put down low, chasing after this one, Minarzik. It's turned back, and now here comes Miami. With it is Ethan Whitney. Whitney in across the Terrier line. His shot save made by Mack with 3 to go in the period. This is going to ride out the rest of the frame, and we'll get the buzzer. A varied of play, but one that had neither side score a goal. Andrew Shapiro will be joined by Coach Greg Carr. Andrew, go ahead.
Thanks a lot, Brett. Coach, your thoughts after the first period?
Well, I think Miami came out pretty fast for us here, and our goalie is excellent this period. He's keeping us in it, so hopefully we can help him out next period.
What's the game plan for the second?
Second period, we got to get it going down the other end. We got to chip pucks in, cycle a bit, and get pucks to the net. We need more opportunities on the offensive side.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Brett, back up to you.
All right, thank you very much. Timeout here on YouTube. Drew Shapiro can get the executive director of the American Collegiate Hockey Association, Mike Wally. Our score at the end of the first period, it is no score between Boston and Miami. You're watching the American Collegiate Hockey Association Division II Championships here on YouTube. Back here at Iceline, scoreless after one. Andrew Shapiro at ice level with the executive director of the ACHA, Mike Wally.
Thanks a lot, Brett. Mike, what are your thoughts on the competition of the tournament thus far?
Competition's been great. With all the upsets we've had yesterday, it's really made this the third day of our pool play very exciting, because all the games, with the exception of one today, actually have a meaningful outcome for the semifinals.
We've got over 100 academic All-Americans that are playing in this tournament. What does that speak to Division II level?
That's what I'm about for the ACHA, right? I mean, this is the way college athletics, are supposed to be, in my mind. The most important event for these student athletes is going to be graduation day, not the outcome of this tournament. So to have 138 academic All-Americans on, which is a 3.2 average or better, on 16 teams, and it's just not this tournament. That's indicative of the ACHA as a whole.
That's absolutely impressive. And what are you looking forward to most the rest of the way?
Well, I want to honor the past of the ACHA. As you know, there are a lot of changes coming in the future. And I'm looking at the outcome of this tournament being exciting, the Final Fours and the finals, because as you know, we hired a production crew and are tied to a bigger event in Columbus next year, where all the nationals will have a festival-style tournament in Columbus, hosted by the city and hosted by the Blue Jackets. And viewership for our D1 as a beta this year was over 40,000 for the quarterfinals and semis. So if we get that kind of viewership, it starts on the ice. It starts with excitement and the talent on the ice, and then we'll pull in more viewers than just the traditional ACHA viewership.
Mike Wally, Executive Director of the ACHA, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, that's Mike Wally there. We'll take a timeout real quick. When we come back, second period action, scoreless between Miami and Boston University. This is the ACHA Division II National Championships on YouTube. Brett Luthner, Andrew Shapiro, Iceline, Westchester, Pennsylvania. As we near the start of the second period of play, I'm not sure after one. Winner does not clinch. Have to wait to see what happens later this afternoon between Utah and Lindenwood Belleville. Loser of this game does get eliminated, as well as one of those teams in that later game, because of the head-to-head implications. A tie in some ways would benefit a tie eliminates Boston. That much we do know, because if everybody lands in a four-way tie, Miami owns the tiebreaker on goals allowed. Well, Boston must win this game. That is the only must. You would like to win it, but Boston must win if they have hopes. And a big hit at center ice right off the bat. Mouthpiece came flying out on that one. The mouthpiece belonging, I believe, to Spizzola. Loose puck, and now spinning around with this one is Rhino Lear. Boston in the red jerseys going from right to left here in the second period. Miami in the white jerseys going left to right. A wrist shot, that goes wide of the cage. Rebound near side, picking it up Lehigh. Sends it down low. Faso the first one on it. He puts the hit on. Murata can't get there as well. Behind the net, now BU looks to come out with it. I'm not sure if you got a chance to catch the shots, Andrew.
And I did. The shots were 10-6 Miami after the first period.
Miami with the shot advantage. Not a staggering amount, though, but still the advantage after one. Boston did have some good zonal pressure in that first period as well.
Ryan Mack was definitely the busier of the two goalies, so the shots may not have been a vast amount, but it was quality over quantity.
Well, there's a shot right there that's turned aside. As we try to make sure that Andrew Shapiro's microphone is picked up well. Center ice. And now chopped out by Esposito and then skated on by Woods. Woods in across the line. Wrister shrugged off by Lee.
Well, Taylor Lay has had to face a lot of difficult shots this weekend, not just today, but all weekend as well, as we have a hand pass on the near side of the boards.
Taylor Lay, again, he's, thank you for the correction, Andrew. Taylor Lay is only allowed 3 goals in the 2 games. 3 in the 4-2 loss against Utah, one of which was an empty netter, and then the shutout against Lindenwood Belleville. Esposito and Norton to take this draw, and Miami in control. Pass sent up and out to the Boston end. Turning around with this one, Strelkowski. Nearly turns it over, gets the puck back though. He'll try the boards on the far side from our vantage point, right by Andrew Shapiro, though. In is Woods. Woods wants to shoot, but that's blocked off nicely. Woods will have another crack at it, and that's deflected wide. In the corner now with it in front, and a deflection out there, and a penalty call coming up. And it's going to be against Boston. Tripping will be the call. The Boston fans not too happy. Power play number 2 for Miami.
Boston bench was irate about that call as well, but if you ask me, that was the right call, as the guilty party, Esposito, did get his stick into the legs of it looked like Spicola for Miami of Ohio. So it'll be the second power play for the Redhawks, and good chance for them to draw first blood.
And so with it now is Gunther. Miami setting up on the perimeter right now. Boston trying to attack him a little bit here. Left point for a shot that's blocked by Esposito. Glove down again by Rispoli. Now it's set up behind. Whitney takes a look. Cross-ice pass! And one-timer was fanned on a little bit. Or shanked by Rispoli. But the Redhawks still in control. Whitney sends down low. With it now, Spicola. Spicola still looking. Cycle on. Pass goes up. Eventually to the point, and the settle down Rispoli. Miami working the puck around well, but Boston recovering. Out in front, a shovel attempt. Goes wide of the cage. Behind Spicola. 104 on the power play. We'll get that in front. Score! On the doorstep, it's Ethan Whitney. With 16:50 to go in the first, Miami on the power play draws first blood.
I was going to say Miami is looking for that perfect pass, but that was just a play out of the corner, and Whitney had a slam dunk on the back door. Nothing Mack could do, and a big goal for Miami of Ohio.
And a big goal for those that follow Utah. So not only the Miami fans, but the Utah fans are cheering. And there may be a lot of those fans in the crowd here as well from both sides, as they know what the implications are. 1-0 Miami. Yes.
The assists on the power play goal go to Romanski and Spicola.
And so Whitney has drawn first blood in this game, that for the Red Hawks. A big hit and a shot goes wide. And for Whitney, it's his first goal of the tournament.
First point of the tournament, too. Romanski picks up his first point as well, and Spicola tacks on another assist.
Now behind the net, Miami trying to set it up here. Up to the point, a bouncer. Turn around, Miami's got it again. With it, Walsh. He can't put it in front, though, and Boston will come the other way in a 3-on-3. Good job defensively, however. That by Jimmy Berger to break the play up. The puck will come the other way. Onside, a centering pass. Good job defensively by Miami. In front. Oh, what a glove save by Mack, and he holds on. 15:41 to go in the first. Redhawks buzzing, but Ryan Mack keeps it at 1-0.
I mentioned in the first period that Ryan Mack looked like the busier of the two. Well, you can see why. Miami is really doing a good job of getting their offensive zone pressure and getting some good quality shots on the goaltender.
Behind now, Szokowski. Sends up the middle, and here comes Boston. A little chip into the zone. As Arzik can't get onto that loose puck. It's corralled. Miami can't get it out of the zone, and Woods on the keep. A couple other players jab away at it. And finally, the Redhawks come out with the puck. Backtracking into his own end, Connor Dunham. Puck finds its way onto the stick of Andrew Dower, number 9. His cross-ice pass missed the mark, though. And Boston in possession again. They'll just get it out to center. 5 minutes gone by, second period, and a 1-0 Miami lead. Loose and a 2-on-1 now for the Redhawks. Shot save made by Mack. Good opportunity there, but Azarian turned away. And now here comes Bayou. It's Faso. John Faso in across the, oh, no, check it, that's Szokowski with it, and he turned it over. Oh, centering pass is cut off. Szokowski's got it back. Nice pass across. Boston in, and a shot never gets through. Now a 2-on-2 the other way, which turns into a 2-on-1, and a shot goes wide off the stick of Spicola. Rebound loose. And now there's a tripping penalty. It's going to go against Miami. Schuyler plays it ahead. Oh, shot blocked off, and now we'll get ourselves a whistle with 14:06 to go, and Boston will go to the power play.
So Spicola goes to the box, or excuse me, that's not Spicola. They got the wrong guy. It's actually going to the box now for Miami is Joey Parizek, even though it was Spicola who took him down. But I was going to say Miami, on their multiple 2-wins in this game, including 2 on the last shift, they're looking shot first. Not even that pass on the back door. They're just trying to get the puck on net, and it hasn't really worked out for them so far.
Faso at the point, so I've been saying it wrong. It's Parizek, not Parizek. Faso, his shot blocked into the corner. The recoil, centered out in front and nearly getting a stick on it. One of the BU players down low, but Miami clears. What's interesting of the uniforms, not only the colors identical, but the way they're laid out identical too, with the institution's name in an arc and the uniform number underneath. Boston regathering in their own zone. Miami defending.
And the red helmets don't help either because it's all red across the board.
This is a red and white game for sure. Now out. And the other way in a shorthanded attempt as well. He steps around. Nope, I couldn't get the puck there. And now it's Faso again. Cross ice past the Lupo. And is Nick Lupo. His shot up high. Save made. And then spinning to gather the rebound. And holding on is Taylor. 13:08 to go. 1:02 on the power play. Second period. 1-0 Miami, courtesy of Ethan Whitney's first of the tournament.
On that last save, Lay got spun around by the crash Riley Marotta, who went hard into the net, trying to poke something free, but Lay doing a good job of holding on to it.
Off the draw. Woods couldn't control at the line. It comes out to center.
We do have at least one other score to update, as Keene State and Michigan State were tied at 2. That game in the first period as well.
By the way, for Ethan Whitney, overall it's his 21st goal of the season, but first this weekend. Now here's a chance for Boston. A one-timer, save made, rebound loose on the doorstep, and then Lay gobbles it up.
Matt Feinberg also crashing the net hard. He took a whack at Lay on the pad. Lay having some words with our referee today. and I guess just trying to voice his displeasure at the extra attention that he received after the whistle.
32 seconds on the man advantage, by the way. 12:38 as we'll catch the clocks up in a second. And now everybody's set to go. Puck around the wall. It's took a funny hop to the point, but Woods keeps it in nicely. Puck battle eventually won by Boston. Cross ice with it now. Is a one-time shot goes wide, rebound. And now Boston sets it up again. This is Esposito. To the point, Woods. A deflection attempt in front goes wide. Rebound as the power play is over, and Boston's 0 for 2. Centering pass out in front is cut off. Around the wall, and eventually this will be flipped up and out to center. And now an opportunity for Miami. Wrist shot, easy save from Mack into the corner. They tie up eventually. A collision behind the net, but the Terriers come away. Center ice and skating, and that by Gates. Sent around by Lay. Other side, and now far corner. Frenzel tried to move it up and couldn't do so. Loose puck in the slot will come away, and Miami in the other direction. A red line dump in will be hard around. Skating in after this one, trying to. Miami's got it. The pass is cut off. And now here comes the other way. That is Mr. Madano. One Jacob Madano, number 11. Turned over and sent back the other direction. Behind the net, Hannon going after it. Puck loose and comes out to the neutral zone. And then a whistle on this. And we get a stoppage of play. 10:58 to go. Second period, 1-0 Miami.
I'm looking at that player entrance over by the Zamboni door where that puck kind of took a funny bounce. It looks like the glass on the player's door is kind of pushed back from the rest of the boards there, so that might be an interesting thing to watch for players, not only breaking out, dumping in as well.
Yeah, as I'm seeing it now, there is a little bit of a difference, of a differential there. It's not completely flush, so there's something to keep an eye on. Players jab away at it right at the red line. As you can see on your monitors. Still away, now it's Minarzik. He's into the Miami zone. Good defensive play put on there, however, by Berger. Puck around to the point. Fassel winds and fires, and that hits some traffic in front. And Miami gets it out to center. Fassel on a good defensive play, regains possession.
Boston just got away with a quick too many men there as they got caught in the change, but were able to call the guy back.
And now a deflection in front, save made by Mack. In front again, another tip attempt goes across. And so Boston, notwithstanding it yet, is trapped in the zone again. Good action here. The intensity, you can feel it, as there are a lot of fans in this entire pool watching this game. Onside, a wrist shot blocked. And in fact, we see players from both sides. A shot, score! Boston has tied this one at 1 with 9:37 to go in the second. And now it looks like a bunch of Lindenwood Belleville players that are watching up, as well as the Boston fans.
You can see the Belleville team is adamantly pumped. They are rooting for Boston like crazy. And Riley Marotta just banged home a loose puck to tie this game up at the 10:23 mark.
Gives us a chance for immediate time. Even though we're not supposed to take one here, we will anyway. You're watching the ACHA Division II National Championship live from Iceline. We would like to thank Gong Show Hockey, Warrior, and Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape provider of the ACHA. Also like to thank the Westchester Visitor Bureau, Iceline Quad Rinks, App Hammer, and our broadcast partner, Utah Hockey. They figured out now that they weren't supposed to take the media timeout. We may get another one later.
Sure, we can find some more sponsors to thank.
There are plenty of them. A shot deflected wide. And now here comes Miami. So a 1-1 game, and now Boston's got it again. It's Hannon. Hannon's crunched by a couple of players still with the puck. Now it sits loose in the high slot before it's backhanded out to center.
By the way, the assists on that goal go to Ben Key-Comis and Michael Minarchik.
On the, as this one's delayed offside, and now we're gonna get it with 8:59 to go. This is just an absolute. Now they'll give us the media timeout. So now we will slowly read through. You're watching the ACHA Division II National Championships live from Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We'd like to thank Gangsho Hockey, Warrior, and Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape provider of the American Collegiate Hockey Association. We'd also like to thank the Westchester Visitors Bureau, Iceline Quadrinks, App Hammer, and our broadcast partner who's done a great job all weekend long, and that's Utah Hockey. Also want to take this moment to recognize the academic All-Americans. As you heard, 138 of them in Division II here that are playing this weekend. In this game, Utah has got 8 of them. Utah's got 8 of them. Michael Ahern. Oh, no, sorry. No, we're not looking at Utah here. We're looking at Miami. They got 6. James Berger, Andrew Dower, Matthew Walsh, Benjamin Romansky, William Parizak, and Robert Norton. And on the BU side, there's a whole ton of them. Ryan O'Leary, Michael Gates, Taylor Parkinson, Daniel Sutterman, Scott Woods, Lucas Esposito, Riley Murata, Ben Messick, John Faso, Michael Minarzik, John Sokowski, and Timur Hannon. A lot of them from Boston University. The academic All-Americans. We want to congratulate all of them for getting the work done in the classroom well. Those are juniors and seniors with grade point averages of 3.2 or higher. In front, cut off, and out to center. This is an amazing atmosphere. Chance in, going to roll right on goal that Lee's just going to gobble up and hold on to with 8:39. If there's anyone in this building that wants to hear a crazy atmosphere, this is it right now in Rink 1. Tied at 1 with 8:39 to go in the second.
In the craziest pool of all, where every team is 1-1, they all need a win and help. You've got fans from both teams. You've got the whole Lindenwood Belleville Lynx Hockey Club here as well. Just a lot of backstories in this game.
Shapiro will recap the goals in a moment as this one gets sent all the way down for icing. That'll give him a chance to say it now.
All right, so for those just joining us late, Miami of Ohio struck first in the second period at the 3:10 mark as Ethan Whitney banged home a power play goal with assists by Ben Romansky and Tim Spicola. Boston answered at the 10:23 mark on a goal at even strength by Riley Marotta with assists to Ben Key-Comis and Michael Minarchik.
As we'll catch up the time here with 8:15 and counting. This bounces wide. Now out in front. I forgot to put the score up as well. So now here's Boston, and they'll skate away with this one in a 3-on-3. Into zone. Backhand by Gates. Save made and held on to with 7:58 to go in the second period.
You can say this about the game. It's being physical. A lot of guys are taking those chances, and they're going hard at the net. But there has not been a lot of dirty play and not a lot of extra pushing and shoving and things that don't need to happen after the whistle. So you can say this about these teams. They're physical, they're excited, they're ready to go, but they're keeping it clean, which is important for both sides.
That's out to the neutral zone. Woods is back for it. Neutral zone.
And there have been 4 penalties in this game. 3 of them have been tripping.
And then slugged in. Miami 1 for 2 on the power play. Boston 0 for 2. Right now, the numbers that matter the most are the red ones on the scoreboard, which are tied at 1. In the zone, Woods centering pass and opportunities cut off. So loose in front, a save made by Lay, and he holds on. 7:26 to go in the second, tied at 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what ACHA hockey can be all about. What an atmosphere here.
But you wouldn't think that this is Division II club hockey by the intensity that these teams are showing. It's a fantastic game to watch. And a great one to call, too.
This one neutral, no, not neutral yet. He's peeling around. Miami's trying to get there. Turnover, though. A cross-ice pass, Lupo with it. On the left wing side, his shot hit Minarzik and it skates, however, and Miami will head off in the other direction. It's Whitney who's got the goal and does again! Second goal of the game, Ethan Whitney as he shot it through his screen with 7:04 to go in the second, 2-1 Miami.
And that's a big goal for this tournament, not just for the Red Hawks, but for the Lynx sitting just below the camera right as they sit there and watch their destiny controlled in large part by this game. And that's a big goal for Ethan Whitney. Kept off the score sheet in 2 games, and now he's got a pair.
And now the Lindenwood Lynx, the Lindenwood Belleville Lynx again showing support as they're trying to urge on Boston University. Lindenwood Belleville is eliminated with a Miami win.
By the way, sorry, Brett.
Go ahead.
The lone assist on that goal goes to Mike Frenzel.
And now here come the Red Hawks again in a 3-on-3. Now 4-on-3. Puck comes across to the near side. And they battle along with some skates and sticks before it comes out into the Miami end. Back for it, Connor Dunham. Cross ice pass up ahead, and now here comes Miami. Nice opportunity in, a shot, that goes off the mark. Rebound, whistles up and over. With it now, Farboards and trying to backhand in Rispoli. Cross ice pass, but waiting for it is the captain, Feinberg. Zach Feinberg the other way. He gets a rough ride there by Rispoli, still battle for, and then behind the net. Rispoli sends it around. Inside of 6 minutes to go, second period, 2-1, Miami with the lead. A shot, save made, and held on to by Lay. 5:46 to go in the second. Miami's got a 2-1 advantage.
And just something to keep of note, Taylor Lay, with that goal that he gave up to Riley Marotta, his shutout streak ends at 91 minutes and 59 seconds. Literally a tick under 92 for Taylor Lay. So a great job by him.
Yeah, excellent job by him. That one goes wide, and Boston in possession. Centering pass out in front, and Lay got a piece of it. To the point, gathering, trying to send it back in Woods, and does so. Centered again, that's tipped across. Stepping up to it, Strokowski. They let go around by Feinberg. Eventually, stepping on to this one is Schuyler, the other captain of the team. Knocked around in front, loose, and gathered away by Chad Lehigh. Center ice and dumped in. Back for it, Strokowski. Gates gloves it down and skates ahead with this in a 2-on-2 with some back-checking help. Dumped into the zone. Spinning away with this one is Matos. And he's tied up in the corner. They'll still battle there before the puck finally squirts free. Backhand attempt goes across. On the other side with this one is Sutterman. Centering pass out in front is blocked off to the near side wall. Mackin and Hannon both keep in. Put out in front, but a tie-up down low allows Berger to send it around, but not out of the zone. Now an opportunity though on a mini break. It's really a one-on-one coming in, and a save made by Mack. Rebound sitting in the slot, but peeling away is Mackin. Mackin skating ahead with this one. Ken Mackin dips the shoulder and a backhand right into the breadbasket of Lynn. He holds on. 4:09 second period. 2-1 Miami.
You had a defensive stalemate with a lot of physical play in the first period. The second period, things have opened up. 3 goals scored in the period, 2 by the Red Hawks, 1 by the Terriers. Buckle in, folks. If you're not coming back for the third, you should.
This is just an amazing game thus far. Tie up, and Lindenwood Belleville players will probably have to go start warming up at some point soon, so that atmosphere will be missing possibly in the third. But still plenty here. And a Miami rush into the zone. Hard in there, and then getting the bump was Whitney, who's got 2 goals already. Deflection out in front, now in the corner. Slugged around the wall by O'Lear. The pick up and chip out of the zone. Back for it, Whitney. Ethan Whitney gathers at all of 5'8", 150. Sends into the zone. Now a sharp angle shot knocked aside. Puck sits free, but Lupo's got it. Lupo turned it over. Miami's still with it now. Set up. Good job by Esposito on the back check, but it's still kept in for a shot that flutters wide. Rebound centered out in front. A backhand save made by Mac. Rebound and Mac's mask comes off. No goal on this one. And that is the right call. Mac's mask had come off before that other shot came in, and immediately the referees waved it off for no goal.
That is absolutely the right call. As you said, Ryan Mack's mask came flipping off, so they're going to wave off the goal. Of course, the goalie's player safety comes first, and you see a couple of players in front of me asking for the question as to why the goal was waved off. Matt Feinberg representing the Terriers, and Jim Berger representing the Redhawks.
And that was, and let's give credit to the officiating crews that have been here all weekend. They've done a fine job in all the games. Excellent work done. And you know you're going to be getting the best crews going forward tomorrow and Tuesday. But all of it, it's a tough decision to make. But all the crews have done a fine job here this weekend. This one comes up but not out of the zone just yet. Boston will get it out on the second attempt and then back in on the offside with 2:53 actually remaining second period.
I've definitely seen more of a surge from the Miami offense. They did outshoot Boston 10-6 in the first, but this second period they're really pouring it on, trying to get that first goal, which they got, now just trying to extend their lead over the Boston Terriers.
A cross-ice dump in for a sharp angle shot that shrugged off. And then another whistle. That last one, Andrew Dower on the right wing side. 2:44 to go, second period. 2-1 Miami. Are you having fun watching at home yet? Or in the office? Or if you're working on a Sunday, God forbid. Big hit in center, in the zone, I should say, but Hannon comes away 2-on-2. His shot blocked. Hannon again, trying, shooting, save made by Lay, and he holds on. That coming off a crunching hit put on Michael Rispoli with the big contact.
And at the other end of the ice, Teamer Hannon with a great individual effort. He made the move around the Miami defenseman, cut back into the corner, lost it, got it back, and almost slid it under the pad of Taylor Lay, but he shut the door.
Action has been frenetic in this one. Boston in the zone, a shot, deflected, still loose, in front, they jab away at it, still score! Couldn't see who jabbed it home in front, but this game is tied at 2.
Looks like it was Dylan Schuyler who slammed home the first rebound. The first shot actually hit the back of the net, and the referee was emphatically pointing goal. The rebound that went in was already a washout after the puck had already crossed the line, but it looks like Dylan Schuyler is going to get credit for the goal, and if that is the case, that'll be his first of the tournament as well. And we got a tie hockey game with 2:23 to go in the second. Holy cow.
Oh, Lord. We got drawn to this game. Here's Woods in the zone. Woods, a backhand attempt across is cut off to the point. A blast there, taken by Strakowski's knocked down. And behind it goes. Loose in front, and coming away with this one is Walsh. Puts it up ahead long. A little too far. Woods is back for it. He tries to slug it out, and it hits a player. That player was Olsen, who might be feeling it a little bit. They tie up along the far side, well, right in front of the Miami bench.
You can hear the referee screaming, move it, that he's not blowing the whistle here. Good job by him.
Calmly stepping off is Olsen for a line change while everybody was battling along there. And this one flipped up and out to center. And slugged back in. The delayed offside, everybody will touch up. Strakowski with it. Sends long, chopped down. Mackin thought Esposito was going to take it. He goes off for a change, and now a 2-on-2 the other way. Moving in, wrist shot just goes over the bar by Parizek. Or Parizek, I should say. I got that wrong most of the game. This one up but not out of the zone. Deflected across. And Arzik on it now. He's tied up. Puck comes around. Shokowski gets bumped. But now out to the neutral zone. Cross ice pass. Now moving ahead, Matos. Matos trying to shield off, but a good job defensively by Lehigh. Less than a minute to go here in the period. Good keep at the line. Turnaround shot save made by Lee. And now here comes Miami the other way. What action in this game. Faso now with it for Boston. Steps in across the line. Gets hit hard along the boards. A couple of Red Hawks take him out. 30 to go in the period. A battle in the corner again. They still tie up before. Shot score! Top shelf with this is Raleigh Morana with 21 seconds to go in the period. Boston leads 3-2.
This Boston team is a never-say-die team. They were down 2-1. They're down 1-0, tied it up. They're down 2-1, tied it up. And now they take the lead with under a minute to go in the second period. And there's still a whole other period to play. Oh my God, I love hockey.
This is an amazing game. And now in the zone, Faso trying to go for it again. Faso puts across. Opportunity in the final 8, and then that's going to be covered in the corner with 6.8 to go in the period. The Lindenwood Belleville players are stomping right now. They all have to go. I don't think any of them want to leave this game, but they got to get ready to play a game themselves. And still, both guys getting kicked out of circles, so Gates will take the draw now for Boston. Off the draw, puck in the corner, and that should wind down the rest of the period. Well, we have one more period of hockey to go, remarkably. 3-2, Boston leads after 40 minutes of play. Andrew Shapiro, we're hoping, Andrew Shapiro, as we're waiting, he's gonna both sides come off, and Andrew Shapiro now waiting, and he has the head coach of Miami. Go ahead.
Thanks, Brett. I'm down here with Mike Norton, coach. Bit of a rough one there. What's the message going into this locker room for the third period?
We're fine. We just have to settle back down. I think we're a better team. I think we need to continue to forecheck hard. I think we need to continue to play the body. And we're fine. We're fine. We gave up a couple there late, and they battle hard. We just have to do a better job in our defensive zone. And, yeah, we'll be fine.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck in the third.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Brett.
Thank you very much, Andrew. And, of course, thank you very much as well to Coach Camuto. Well, get ready for a tremendous third period. Our score at the end of 2, it's 3-2 in favor of Boston University. They lead Miami of Ohio after 2 periods of play. You are watching the ACHA Division II National Championships here on YouTube. Back here, Iceland. I'll just do the recap. Ethan Whitney goals for Miami. Riley Murata's got 2, including the one to give them the lead. The other end, Tyler Trubish, and the 2 by Murata. And now Miami in the zone. A centering pass bounces all the way through. Some of the Belleville scratches may still be sticking around, as well as, of course, all the family and friends of both of these teams here. In the zone, a shot that goes wide off of Ben Keycomb's stick. Ben Keycombs, I should say, number 18, and then this one goes up and out of play. 36 seconds have expired here, third period.
The shots on goal in the second period were 13-6 in favor of the Terriers, which make it a 19-16 advantage for Boston after 2.
And so, the third and final period here. If there is overtime, which I wouldn't put it past, it's a 10-minute overtime, and ties are allowed in pool play. A centering pass out in front is cut off, and Feinberg's got it. But we still have a little over 19 minutes to worry about that scenario. As it stands right now, Lindenwood Belleville very happy. They are still alive. Utah would be the odd team out in that game coming up later today. Stepping ahead with this one and trying to get it out, and doing so was Rispoli, and then the puck is whistled down on an offside. 18:45, third period, 3-2 Boston.
Some around the league scores here. Lindenwood is leading Arizona State Maroon 5-1. Penn State is leading Utah State 3-1. And Keene State and Michigan State. The last score I saw was 2-2, as that shot is held by Mack. The last score I saw was 2-2 after the first intermission. Couldn't get a second period score for you.
And of course, that was the last one you said was Keene's. Who was that last score?
Keene State, Michigan State.
Okay, that game is playing for pride there between those two programs, as both teams have been eliminated. As this one comes out, the Arizona State Lindenwood game is also a pride game, and Lindenwood in comfortable control there. Now a puck behind and trying to send it around, and Schuyler to the point. Madano's shot blocked into the corner. A couple players chop away at it. Madano comes up from the point to keep in. Now Schuyler, his shot is blocked off, and a long stretch pass is going to miss the mark. No icing on this one, as winning the race is Welsh. And he turned around and shot it, but gloving it in an alert fashion was the goaltender Ryan Mack. 17:58, third period, 3-2 Terriers.
Great individual effort there by Matt Walsh to get down in the corner, win the race to negate the icing, and get the shot on goal. He did it all himself on that play.
Around the wall it goes. First one there is Minarzik. He tries to get out of his zone, does the center. The dump back in. Faso behind the net now. Sends it around the wall, a bouncing puck, and eventually is going to come out to center. Moving it ahead, Minarzik. He's knocked off a little bit. And now puck goes behind the net. Here come the Red Hawks. On the left wing side is Arian. Sets it up for the skate in by Dower. Dower shooting, score! With 17:23 to go. Dower has tied this one up at 3.
Coming right down the wing and just shoot high glove side on that. That's how they. And for Andrew Dower, that's his first point of the tournament, as well as his first goal.
And so, we're right back where we started from, 3-3. And for Dower on the season, we'll get those numbers in a second, as this one comes up and out to center. And now here's Miami again, skating in with a centering pass, trying to put it across was Parizek, but that's cut off. And eventually out of the zone.
Marcus Arian and Wes Gunther get the assists on the Dower goal.
Dower his 18th of the season. Now in the zone, offside is the call. As the fans not too happy about that one. 16:46 to go in the third.
The Miami bench to my left also not very happy about the call, but it stands, and you can hear the Boston fans pounding on the bleachers trying to get their team back to within back to the lead here.
And now Esposito kicked out of the circle, so stepping in to take his place is Parkinson. Boston with the puck here. Esposito. And the Terriers look to gain the zone and will. The step around. Again, a tie in this case, if anything, helps Miami, but not all that much. Up but not out. An Esposito shot that goes wide. Rebound up. Another shot, and it's the side of the net. Lay might have gotten a piece of it. Coming around the other way is Walsh. Walsh steps in. Nice pass in the middle. Stepping through. A wrist shot save made. Norton with the last opportunity. Now with it is Olsen. Trying to put it through. Couldn't do so. Esposito picks it up and gives across. The column flip out to center. Renzel back on it and the dump in. 3-3. I don't think anybody who follows the ACHA avidly would have thought this result possible. Some crowd wanted a penalty call. I think some of those being the Belleville scratches. This is out now, an opportunity the other way. It's a one-on-one. Good job defensively by Frenzel to cancel the attack. And then we get a whistle here with 15:29 to go in the third. Opportunity there for Trubish, but he couldn't get through.
Hey, you mentioned that nobody really would have expected this to be the scenario that it would be. A 3-4 matchup on day 3 of Nationals usually, in most cases, doesn't result in a game of this magnitude, especially in a pool that includes a team like Belleville where everybody had them as the odds-on favorite. But here we are on Sunday with everybody playing for everything.
Now into the zone, and I think you got to get the microphone a little closer to your mouth there, Mr. Shapiro, as it comes around the wall near side. Bouncing puck is going to be slapped out of the zone, and then trying to skate through and getting aggrieved a little bit fast, so he wanted a high stick call and didn't get one. And a lot of people with the palms turned upwards, but we play on. Then a collision behind the play.
The Boston bench was screaming for a penalty there.
I got you. Oh, nice shot, save made. Rebound just goes wide. No, I got your volume, Shapiro. Mackin now. Puts around, trying to set it up. A mash job put on down low. The Belleville players that are sitting here wanted a call too. This one flipped up and out to center. A lot more Belleville players than I thought. Icing is the call. And if you can hear this over here, you got a bunch of I'm guessing the Belleville scratches. There's some Florida Gulf Coast players sitting here as well. I'm guessing these are all scratches, and they are all pointing out which players should be on the ice.
Well, everybody's a coach from the sidelines, you and me included.
Yep. Now an opportunity out in front, turned away, but Murata's got it. Murata back to the point. A wrist shot shrugged off, rebound, oh, what a save made by Lee. Got the pad out on that deflection in front. Sent down low, and now coming the other way is Berger. And across the Terrier line, leaves a pass off for a shot. That's blockered into the corner. And now here goes BU in the other direction. The dump in, going after it, and trying to win the puck battle is Lupo. They tie up along the boards. Lupo does have it now. Pass is actually deflected, comes out to the neutral zone. Stokowski with it. He's going to try the near side boards. Lupo gains the zone. This one flip up back out to center. Retreating. And a dump in. This is chopped down, so no icing. Back on this now is Lehigh. Sends up the near side wall. 2 goals for Ethan Whitney of the 3 for Miami. He dumps in. And then goes in on the forecheck. Parkinson now for Boston. A cross ice pass. onto a shot deflected around. It was loose in front. Feinberg took that shot. Looked like Messick wanted to race on for that one, and he got cut off before. Now into the zone. Nice move around. Going around the net. Parizek still with it. Still Parizek. Joey Parizek. Now a sharp angle shot. That goes wide. Taking a funny hop off a stanchion. Off the glass stanchion and goes all the way down. This will be no icing. And Miami wanted an icing call. There's a tie-up down low. And they're not too happy about that one. In the meantime, center ice play, and here comes Boston's Esposito. Esposito over the line. A wrist shot that goes all the way across. Trying to step up to this one was O'Lear. Instead, it's a 2-on-2 the other way. Hit up again, Whitney. Whitney shooting, score! It's a hat trick for Ethan Whitney. And Miami leads 4-3.
Exactly 5 minutes after they tie the game, Ethan Whitney has put his team on his back all weekend. He had a strong game against Utah, another strong game yesterday against the Lynx. Now he comes through with 3 goals today against the Terriers to give Miami the lead, middle stages of the third.
His 23rd goal of the season, third of this game, and third of this tournament. And Ethan Whitney has now put Utah back in a position to win and in. Neutral zone, Esposito, with a lot of players here from Lindenwood Belleville anxiously watching in the bleachers to my right, and the screen's right as well. There is in no way, shape, or form conclusion to this game yet. Glad you can join us here on YouTube, produced by the University of Utah, I should say, as this one is offside with 11:46 to go in the third. Andrew, you got a message that someone didn't think this game was as exciting as it has been.
Yeah, I got a text from somebody watching the game back home in New Jersey who thought that this game was a bit of a snoozer, and my question to that was, what game are you watching?
11:40 and counting, third period. If this is not exciting, then I don't know if that person would have a pulse. In the zone and onside, dipping the shoulder, Matos. He tries to go around, couldn't do so. Ooh, a centering pass out in front, nearly got knocked home. But now Miami the other way. Stretch pass is deflected. Hannon back for this one.
I will say this, to that person's credit, they did apologize for the comments.
Well, glad they did.
They felt shame.
But no 2 minutes in the penalty box. Either way, this one comes up and out. Center ice and in the zone. Matos tries the right wing side again, but a good job defensively by number 21, Michael Rispoli. The tie-up in the corner. Matos has an option, and it goes across with it, nearly deflected to the point. And now BU trying to set it up. Behind the net now with it, trying to center one out in front, and the player goes down. No call. Slow to get up, but eventually doing so. Ben Romansky, number 26. Near side wall, the turnover there. Murata's shot. Blocked off into the corner. Behind the net, and Miami trying to clear and get it out to center. In the zone, Murata again. He gets crunched. Taking the puck away on the hit was Parizek. Around the wall it comes, and now out to center, just missing that stretch to Whitney, who's got 3 goals already. Skating ahead with this one, and the dump in by Murata. Around the wall by Dunham. Sent further, and Miami looks to come out to center, and will. That's as far as they get, though. Now a turnover, moving in. Walsh on the backhand and put it across. That's knocked down as a yard sale in the near corner. Puck dumped in down low. Sticks all over the place. Hit put on behind, and then going for a little bit of a retaliatory push was Faso. Puck down low. They still tie up with it. I thought I had gotten that one, but no. And it's out of the zone, and it's a 2-on-2. Rister, good block off there. A centering pass is deflected. Back to the point with this one. Skating in is Strelkowski. Strelkowski try to move it around. Instead, it's loose in front. And it'll eventually come up and out of the zone. Non-stop action here. 8:50, 8:47, I should say, counting third period. This has been one amazing game, folks. A shot from the point, gathered and held on to with 8:39 to go in the third period. 4-3 Miami. You're watching the ACHA Division II National Championship live from Iceline in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We would like to thank Pro Stock Hockey, Bauer, USA Hockey, and Barron Championship Rings, the official provider of championship ring suppliers for the ACHA. We would also like to thank the Westchester Visitors Bureau, Iceline Quad Rinks, App Hammer, and our broadcast partner, Utah Hockey. 4-3, 8:39 to go in the third. Andrew, what's it like as you're closer to ice level than I am?
Well, the energy on these benches is nothing short of electric. The Boston bench to my right, as you can see them, is huddled up. They know what's at stake here. The coaches believe in this team. The players believe in themselves. You heard Coach Greg Carr say that it's all about this team and what they can do. And you can hear the Boston fans in the background. Miami on my left, very calm and composed. Head coach Justin Camuto walking up and down the bench, reminding his players that they still need to play their game and that everything is going their way so far, but they need to keep it up.
Belleville guys, there's some Florida Gulf Coast players. They're chanting, let's go be youth chant going over here. And Boston ahead. It's Shiloh. Nope, offside. With 8:28 to go in the third period. Mr. Shapiro, you and I have had some overtime games before. Does this have the feel of that?
I still can't tell yet. This is a lot of back and forth action, and this game is far from over. It's entirely possible. We could be 5-5 at the end of regulation.
As we're plugging in an extra headset, because our good buddy Dave Kurtz wants to listen in as well. This one into the zone, knocked around a little bit, and now Boston will set it up. Truber's trying to get it out of the zone and Wilt to the neutral zone, and Miami sends back in. As we catch the timer up, it's 8 minutes to go here in the third. A battle, neutral zone again, and a dump back in. Shapiro, as Miami gathers, what's it like on the Boston bench right now?
Boston bench right now is very talkative, very energetic. They're just pushing their guys forward. They know that there's not a lot of time left, but they know that they can do this. They have this feel, and they believe in themselves, and the energy on this Terriers bench is nothing short of electric.
Trubish onside, drop pass. Gates, his shot blocker save made by Lay. Rebound, and here come the Red Hawks the other way. It's a 3-on-3 now. Nice move around into the slot. Save made by Mack. And the rebound across the crease. Now here comes Boston in the other direction. It's a 3-on-3 again. Save made by Lay, and he holds on. 7-12 third period, 4-3 Miami.
I've been noticing all weekend the hands of Joey Parazek, number 10 on Miami of Ohio. He's a big guy. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. But he can wheel and he can handle that puck extremely well for a bigger guy.
And now another shot attempt. Good save made. And the rebound comes around the wall to the point. Trying to step up fast so he was equal to it. Cross ice. Dip in. Time starting to become the enemy of both Boston and Lindenwood Belleville. 6:43 to go, third period, 4-3 the score. Miami with the lead. Onside play through the skates of Olsen. Has to retreat and then dumps into the corner. Coming back for this one, Esposito. Lucas Esposito's going to try to the left wing side, and Boston now into the Miami zone. Not for long, though, as this puck bounces around. Hits actually a Miami player. Now keep it onside, and if only for a moment. Now coming out with this Azarian. There's a chip into the zone. Woods back for it. Sends it around the wall. Now a tie up in the corner. A couple other players will come in to help out. Pass, a backhand shot, and a nice pad save made by Mack. Off the backhander through a screen by Spicola. And now the Terriers look to set up and break out. They do so through the person of Taylor Parkinson. Nice move around one man. Centers it in front, and a nice save by Lay, and he holds on. As we said, if you're not at this rink, you don't know what you're missing. 5:45 to go in the third. 4-3 Miami.
And that was a great play by the Terriers. Great zone entry. But that was Parkinson who made a nice move. He actually fell down but got the pass across, and Esposito just couldn't tap it in.
Off the draw. Miami trying to get out of the zone, can't do so. You can feel the desperation and the intensity on both teams here. It's Schuyler trying the left wing side now. Schuyler again chips it into the zone. Knocked around a little bit behind the net. One of the BU players, Trubish, actually slid down the back post. A shot blocked in front. And now Miami trying to clear the zone. They will. And skating ahead with this one is Whitney. And he couldn't get it up to that puck, though. Red Hawks in possession, neutral zone. Cross ice. And on it is Esposito. Check that. That's Madano. Madano, Trubish. And he'll dump in. Around the wall comes. The Red Hawks have it now as Boston was on a line change. Well, pass up to the neutral zone and into the Boston end. Back for it now is O'Lear. The pass on up ahead. Moving in is Mackin. Mackin, his pass deflected. Right on to the stick of Matos. He couldn't get a shot off. Heading the other way is Frenzel. Frenzel, his shot. That's knocked aside into the corner. 4.5 third period. 4-3 the score. Mackin in, but the first one there and slugging it hard around was Rispoli. Center ice, loose, and eventually gathered by the Terriers. Right now, Utah is enjoying this result, as well as Miami. Mackin in the zone. The Lindenwood-Belleville scratches wanted a holding call. Didn't get one all the way down, and Mack is just going to hold on to this. With 4:01 to go, third period, 4-3 Miami.
I would not be surprised to see the next 4 minutes go without a whistle. The way that this game has gone, end-to-end action for long stretches of time, we could very well see regulation end all the way.
Nope.
Then again.
Just when you say that, glove save and held on, so we'll do another face-off. 3 seconds expire from that moment.
But it is not out of the realm of possibility for these two teams to have a 4-minute stretch of time without a whistle.
I got VIPs all around me up here, by the way. Pass out in front, knocked loose, and eventually corralled for a turnaround shot that's blocked off. Into the corner they go. Coming away with this one, Shalkowski. Behind the net, Woods. Woods takes a look. He's going to try the near sideboards and find his man. That's Kikomas. Outside are the Terriers. A sharp angle shot knocked to the boards. Rebound to the point. Woods drive. It's blocked down in front. The man that blocked it, Dunham, sends it around the wall. And this will come up and out to center and then all the way down. No icing on this one. Retreating for this, Strelkowski. At some point, we will keep an eye in the goal to our left where Ryan Mack is setting up camp at the moment. And see if they vacate it. Onside play here. Whitney, he's got 3 already. Centers it out in front for a shot that's blocked. And now the other way, it's Parkinson. And across the Red Hawk line. Throw one towards goal, couldn't do so. Centered it out in front, score! With 2:52 to go, Matthew Feinberg, one of the captains, has tied it at 4.
And the Boston bench next to me has absolutely erupted. Sounds coming from all sides. They're all crowding around Ryan Mack and congratulating him as well because his goaltending has made it possible for them to be in this situation. And we have got ourselves a fun 2:52 coming up. As looks like we're going to keep going here. I thought somebody was going to call a timeout, but we're gonna play hockey here.
You have got to be kidding me. 4-4 inside of 3 minutes here. Poole play game. Oh, Lord. Now sent into the zone. Sending around now. Trying to move out Faso. He does. Faso in the neutral zone across the Red Hawk line. John Faso centered it, and it goes across, deflected. And now it's Olsen. A lead pass ahead where Spoli couldn't control. Faso back for this one. The give to Trubish. Trubish center ice. Gathered there by Frenzel. He sends in. Madonna goes cross ice. With it and stepping ahead, Minarzik. The give for a Trubish dumping that goes off the linesman's skates. Hannon gets knocked down. Miami clears the zone out to center. That was almost too many men. Moving in, a shot save made and held on to by Mack with 1:54 to go, and Boston might have gotten away with too many men.
They absolutely did. Esposito hopped over the boards way too early, and Boston got away with a too many men penalty there. Taylor Parkinson will get the lone assist on the Matthew Feinberg goal that has us knotted at 4.
Buckle up, folks, as we've been saying. Off the draw, kept and sent down low and around by Gunther. A shot from the left wing boards is cut off, and now the Terriers come out to center. Stalkowski dumps it in. Behind now it goes where Dunham sends around. And up the wall. A couple players battle along. A tie-up. Still loose. Still tied up now. Dower tried to pry it free and does. Near side. Deflected out. This should not be icing the races on. As they all cancel out. Woods. Key Comas. Ahead. Dangerous play, but stepping around with Strokowski. In across the Red Hawk line. Leaves off. Lupo shot blocked. Now center the shot in front. Goes up and over. Rebound sent up and out to the neutral zone. Esposito gloves it down. Inside of a minute. Offside is whistled as Parkinson stepped in just ahead.
Golkowski got tangled up with Azarian on the way out of the zone, and that's what caused the offside play.
You can hear the atmosphere here. We don't need to describe it for you. It's just amazing. Miami in control, at least for the moment. Boston trying to regather in some neutral zone play here. 40 to go, third period. Back for it. Berger goes across. Out there is Whitney, but he couldn't get the puck. Esposito's shot. Oh, that's going to sting. Goes right off the ankle of Lehigh, who's been playing good defensively today. Now a pass out in front, and it's knocked into the corner. Another pass out in front hits the side of the net. 16 to go in the third. This is flipped up and out to center. This game is setting up for it. Dumped into the corner, and it's high up down low. They still battle with 5 to go in the period. Still tied up in that corner, and we're going to overtime. 60 minutes of hockey is not enough. We'll play 10 more after an ice cut, as everybody should be coming off the ice. Should be. So, either way, everybody's finally starting to realize that they got to head to the locker rooms. 4-4 after 60 minutes of play. Andrew, your thoughts?
I have no thoughts. This game has been everything and more you could possibly expect from a Sunday matchup. Boston University coming back 3 times to tie this game up at 4. Miami of Ohio not giving up any kind of pressure here. Come back for overtime, folks, because we have got a fun 10 minutes for you.
Well, we'll come back. They're going to do a full ice cut, and when we come back to 10-minute overtime, end of regulation, it's Boston 4 and Miami 4. You're watching the ACHA Division II National Championships here on YouTube. Back here, Rink 1, Ice Line in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Overtime will begin, the first one of the tournament. 4-4 the score, Boston and Miami, 10-minute overtime, sudden death. If there is no winner, game will end in a tie. And I was mistaken a moment ago, as Andrew Shapiro joins us once again. I was mistaken a moment ago, because of the goals given up in this game, right now Lindenwood Belleville has got the advantage in the tiebreaker, being that they've only allowed 5. Miami to this point 8, Utah 6, and Boston's the odd team out of that equation.
Well, of course, we still have another 10-minute overtime to play, or less, depending on if there is a winner. Shots on goal in the third period were 8-7 in favor of Miami, so a much tighter period that period for both teams.
And so we go to overtime. 10 minutes on the clock. Will there be a goal, or will this one end in a tie? If it goes by the way the first period went, we won't have a goal. If it goes by the way the last 2 periods have gone, as this goes all the way down and no icing, then we will have a winner in some way, shape, or form. And then down in along the boards behind the net, there's a Boston player, 18 seconds in overtime.
That being Riley Marotta. He went hard into the boards off a Miami check. He gets up to his feet
and to a nice round of applause here from everybody, including the scratches from teams that are playing later.
Sorry, go ahead.
By the way, other scores: Arizona State trailing Lindenwood 6-1. 4-1 is the score. Utah State trails Penn State in that game. And then a wild one as Michigan State is up 9-6 on Keene State. And all sorts of mayhem in that game. This one, 4-4, is we're in overtime. Setting shot attempt actually is fanned on. Still loose, and now here comes Miami out with it. A cross-ice pass chipped into the zone. Woods back for it. Goes up the wall, but it's not out. Eventually does get to center. Boston, nothing in a tie scenario helps them. They need to win, so we might see them pull their goalie at some point. In the meantime, in the zone, sending it around is Parizek. The 3-goal scorer, Whitney now on it. He loses in his skates. They tie up along the wall. A couple players in a bear hug. Pass off and now into the near side wall. Parizek on it. Takes a look, tries to step out, stumbles down and backhands it along, cut off by Strakowski, and now the Terriers come out. Strakowski on across the line, shooting, it's blocked down and swept away behind the net. They tie up back there. Before coming in to help out was Parkinson. Now a centering pass goes all the way through, back out to the point for Hannon. Hannon sends down low. Shiloh turns around, save, rebound, loose in front, and a save made! And held on to by Lay.
Taylor Parkinson was alone in front with the game on his stick, and Taylor Lay slides across and makes the save.
8:22 in overtime. Every face-off of great magnitude in this attention-filled overtime. A bouncing puck goes through. And now Trubish sends around. Boston's been in an overtime before. They won their Northeast Regional game against UNH in overtime as this one goes across. So they're no stranger to the extra session. Barely kept in. A shot deflected into the corner. They still battle for it. Now Miami's got the puck. Ahead they go. Trying to split. They do a good job by Madonna to take his man out. Excellent defensive play. The dump back in, delayed offside. Walsh tried to go through and couldn't do so. Boston with the skate out Gates. Only as far as the neutral zone. Before retreating on this is Gunther. Miami 4, Boston 4. What a way to start the last day of pool play here on YouTube. A centering pass, high slot shot, just goes wide. Maybe getting a piece of it was Mack. Back to the point. A wrist shot goes wide. Rebound near side wall. Collision there. And then a mashup along the wall before this finally comes out to center. 3 minutes gone by in overtime, tied at 4. This is going to roll in on Mack, and he's going to cover and get the whistle. And then afterwards, our first little bit of animosity in this game with 6:55 to go in overtime.
That was Andrew Dower crashing hard to the net, had the shot on his stick, and a nice save there made by Mack. One other interesting note is that neither team took a trip to the box in the third period, so we haven't seen a penalty since the 5:54 mark of the second.
We haven't had many penalties in the game as is. I think only 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, only 2 aside.
This dumped into the zone and going to roll right on goal, and now LA's going to hold on to it with 6:47 to go in overtime. Again, a tie does not help Boston. Eliminated with a tie. 3 goals to Lindenwood Belleville in that department. And essentially 4 because Belleville's got the next tiebreaker goal differential. And this one gets backhanded out of play and another whistle with 6:40 to go in overtime. So Belleville right now in a decent shape if this result holds up.
Something of note, Tim Spicola is lying face down on the Miami bench. He's getting stretched out by his teammate, Chad Lehigh. So if he can't go, that's a big loss for the Redhawks.
That sounds like cramping up going on down there. In the meantime, ahead goes, trying to step around and doing so is Whitney. Put out in front for a shot that just goes wide. A good back-checking play by number 16, Michael Minarzik. Now it's Lupo, and across the line, shooting, and a save made, and held on to by Taylor Lay. 6:16 to go in overtime, tied at 4.
Can feel the intensity building. You can feel both teams desperately grasping, trying to get that chance that may make the difference.
Off the draw, a wrist shot deflected to the near corner. Picked up, and now the Redhawks look to come out to center, and it does on a bouncing puck. Slugged back into the zone by Faso. Going back is opposite number 21, Rispoli. Mike Rispoli steps ahead with this one into the neutral zone. It knocked off his stick. One hits the side of the net. And now here it goes. Faso in a 3-on-2. He shoots, that's well off the mark. Hard around on the rebound, and now Walsh is going to go the other way. It's a 3-on-2 Miami. Drop pass for a wrister. Hit the post with the shot. Faso, and he's got his stretch pass ahead. The movement, a nice defensive play. Rebound, they still scrap for it. Save made, lay the rebound loose, and the net comes off. 5:24 left in overtime. Tremendous end-to-end action. We're still tied at 4.
And both teams are screaming for penalties on each side. Miami has Justin Camuto standing on the bench screaming at the referee, and Greg Carr is calling his ref over trying to figure out what the heck happened, that there are no penalties called, but the referees are letting them play, and Miami is actually going to call their timeout right now to rest their players and maybe settle themselves down.
5:24 left in overtime, tied at 4. Shapiro, what are you hearing down there right now?
I'm hearing a lot of positive encouragement from the Boston side. Greg Carr has his team riled up together, huddled together, and they're just kind of settling things down, and he's calmly explaining that they just need to play their game. On the outside here, Justin Camuto really isn't saying anything. The players are kind of taking a breath here, not really saying anything to themselves. They're just kind of psyching each other up, saying, hey, let's go, we got this. I think the timeout was more for Camuto's players to get some rest than for anything else. And BU again.
And also, we found out because Miami knocked the net off, they weren't able to change their players.
That too. So BU was able to change their players and go out against a tired 5. And they're ready for this offensive zone faceoff. Miami's ready for this defensive zone faceoff with 5:24 to go.
There is a Let's Go Boston chant coming up from the Belleville scratches. Off the draw. He's loose and eventually to the point. A hurried shot goes into the corner where Miami's going to clear up and out the center. Now a break opportunity, but bouncing off the stick of Azarian. Now a centering pass goes across. Azarian had a breakaway that bounced off his stick. Delayed offside, waved down as now It's Trubish from center on a slug in. Around the wall it comes. Boston in possession. Backhanded along and an out to center, and a good play there by Strelkowski. Otherwise, it's a 2-on-1. This one into the Boston zone. Mack just sets it aside. Again, a tie does not help Boston. They would be knocked out with a tie. Pass up ahead. Onside Trubish. Tried to step through. He lost his footing. And now into the corner. Crowd wanted a penalty call. I'm not sure. There was more of a lost footing there. Now Miami's skating out with it. Into the zone. Trying to burrow his way through. Keeping a low center of gravity there and doing so. Parizek. A battle in front. Puck loose. A turnaround shot blocked into the corner. Parizek coming in to help out also is Whitney. Wrapped around the wall, and now coming out the other side with it is Kikomis. And ahead, onside, Marauder shot. That's why the mark. Rebound behind, and then covering up and holding on is Lay. 3:44 to go in overtime, tied at 4.
I'd love to know the shots on goal in the overtime period, but it looks like Boston has had the better of the chances. They've had more quality scoring opportunities, and Miami, just a little bit of puck luck is the only difference for them.
Off this tie-up to the point, Hannon. They give down low, centered out in front. A bouncing puck's going to come out to the neutral zone. Hannon. Up the wall. And now Miami back the other way onside in a 3-on-3. Wrist shot blocked off. A battle for a loose puck. Eventually he's going to be slugged out to the neutral zone. And this one offside at the line. Not able to get out in time. 3:17 to go in overtime. Tied at 4.
Olsen was just a half a step ahead of the puck as Dower tried to turn back in with that puck there.
And a neutral zone face-off. Yet another important one for both sides.
You can feel the pressure building as it gets later into overtime, and the window is closing for Boston.
Moving ahead, the send into the zone. Gates in first. Centered one across. It goes all the way through. Faso shot. Blockered off. And that's going to get up and out of the zone. And now a foot race is on. No icing. First one back. O'Lear knocks his man off before he got to the puck. Man down low. The whistle is blown. Is going in hard in the wall.
Andrew Dower, who got muscled off the puck. It looked like it was two guys fighting for position. The Miami bench is screaming for an interference call.
Yeah. You could, I mean, this is one of those, it's overtime, so you try to let the boys play it out, but that is, by the rule book, interference, so it's, which one do you go with? In the meantime, everything will be fine. The face-off actually, because of it, comes out of the zone. 2:51 to go in overtime. Tied at 4. As we forget to stop the clock there for a second.
Caught up in all the excitement, I see.
Yep. And there's a lot of it. Neutral zone with this one. And in. Miami and Boston tied at 4. Woods steps ahead. Woods lost it and it's out to the neutral zone again. Glove down, no hand pass as Miami controls. Back with this one now is Dunham. Red line and a dump in, hard around. Coming up on the other side, Romansky, I should say. The turnover and the flip out to center. Nope, doesn't get out. And it's still in the zone. A wrist shot never gets through. To the point and sent back in by Gunther. Behind the net. It'll be, again, interesting to see if any of the teams pull their goalies in this situation, knowing that a win gives them a very good chance. Sent around the wall. Behind the net. Backhand attempt down front. It's loose and scrambled off to the side. A battle still in front ensues. Puck behind the net now, and Boston comes away with it. Strelkowski He's got some options on each side, takes it himself down the middle. Shalkowski drop past the loop, but it's cut off. And now Miami comes in the other way. 3-on-3. Dipping the shoulder, trying to get a shot off was Olsen, but that was blocked off and eventually gathered and held on to by Mack. 1:27 to go in overtime. Tied at 4, and again, we'll see if either side is going to pull their goalie for an extra attacker, given tiebreakers.
Well, it wouldn't make sense for Miami to pull their goalie, as you say.
Well, they're still down in a tiebreaker. I'm sorry, Andrew.
Oh, well.
In the meantime, a shot, so it just gets knocked aside by Mack. Rebound in the corner. A centering pass out in front. A couple players stumble down. Stepping away with this one, trying to step away fast, so does. Right wing side, but that's kicked out to center. Turned back into the zone, a bouncing puck. Esposito gathers. He's in across the line. Esposito shooting, that goes wide. Rebound to the far corner. Picking it up, Parkinson. He's knocked down, Miami out, less than a minute to go. Miami rushing players forward now. In front of shot, save made by Mack. The rebound sits loose now. Mack's got it. Still score! Score! In overtime, Miami wins!
I think a Boston player put that into his own goal. I want to say that's Matt Feinberg accidentally put the puck in his own net on a clearing attempt. Or excuse me, that's not Feinberg, that's Ryan O'Lear.
Ryan O'Lear put it into his own net. And in overtime, Miami wins, and that eliminates Lindenwood Belleville from the tournament. Miami stays alive, and both Boston and Lindenwood Belleville are eliminated in Pool D.
We still have not officially credited that game-winning goal yet, so we'll wait and see who it is.
And of all the things, Ethan Whitney had 3 goals.
Chad Lehigh gets credit for the overtime winner for the Red Hawks.
Well, Chad Lehigh will get credit for it, but just that is just an amazing, amazing game.
Score aside, Boston should be very, very proud of themselves for what they've
Absolutely.
done. Not only this tournament, but in this game. They came in against a tough Miami team, and they were able to hold them off, and they were able to at least force overtime.
And so Boston salutes their fans, and an amazing game, an amazing showing by the Boston University Terriers, and they should be every bit of proud. Andrew Shapiro at ice level with the man who had the hat trick today, Ethan Whitney.
Thanks, Brett. Ethan, a hat trick. What was your mindset coming into this game?
Win or go home. I mean, if we lost this game, our season's over, and we were really just doing it for all the seniors. I mean, they want it more than anyone, and so, I mean, all game I was just trying to get pucks on net and win or go home. I mean, that was the mindset.
What was the message in the locker room before overtime and then on the bench during that timeout?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I thought we were playing pretty well all game. They got some, I mean, they were hanging in there, though, and I don't know. I felt really confident in the guys. I felt confident in the guys all year, and so when we were in there, the locker room getting ready for overtime, I knew it was just a matter of shots. We had to get shots on net, and eventually it was going to go in.
Now, obviously, you guys have the advantage here in the pool. You guys do need some help on the other side. What's the game plan for the rest of the day? You guys going to go sit on the other side and watch that game or go back to your hotel and sweat it out?
We'll probably sit there and watch because, I mean, that depends who will play. So scout some teams, see what's going on. Or actually, no. I'm wrong, right? That's the side of the bracket, the other two teams. So, no, that will depend who we play, but, I mean, we don't really need to scout them. Sorry, I'm just kind of starstruck by that game.
I mean, you're a little winded after a tough game like that.
Tired, yeah, I'm definitely tired. Sorry.
All right, go celebrate. Ethan Whitney, a hat trick. Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Back up to you, Brett.
Thank you very much. They're going to see what's going to go on in that game because if Utah wins, Miami advances. If I'm sorry about that. If Belleville wins, Miami advances. If Utah wins, they advance. What a game here in this one. 5-4 the final. And just an amazing game. essentially an own goal that is credited, as you were saying,
Actually,
Andrew.
Brett, I got to cut you off. Chad Lehigh actually did shoot the puck into the goal.
Okay.
It wasn't Feinberg scoring on his own net. It was Lehigh going top shelf over Mack for the game winner there.
So Lehigh does get the game winner in overtime, unassisted, at 9:14 of the overtime period. Andrew, your final thoughts.
Well, that was an amazing game. That's a classic game. Doesn't matter what level you play at. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what division you're playing in. That was an amazing game, an overtime thriller, and both teams should be extremely proud of the effort that they put forth, not only in this game, but in this tournament as a whole.
Our final score in overtime, it's Miami 5 and Boston 4, and as a result, Miami is still alive. Boston and Lindenwood Belleville, many people thought would be the odds-on favorite to win the national championship. Lindenwood Belleville is eliminated from tournament play. We'd like to thank everyone for watching this presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association Division II National Championships. For my partner, Andrew Shapiro, I'm Brett Luthner. Miami, still alive. Thank you for watching, and have a good afternoon, everyone.